And his opponents in the blue corner, representing Azerbaijan.
Out of the blue corner, Lorenzo Sotomayor, the European Games reigning champion at light welterweight from 4 years ago in Baku. He's also the silver medalist from the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Well, McCormack has looked oh so smooth here in Minsk. The 3 fights he's faced so far, Laszlo Koshak, Pavel Kamanin and Hugo Makalif from Monaco. Sotomayor, the number 5 seed. He has looked good too. 2 unanimous decision victories. Really tested though by Adam Fetahovic from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Patriot Barami as well in the quarterfinals from Kosovo. A nuggety opponent to come up against. Sotomayor, 34 years old, had the quality to come through. In terms of recent results in the last few years, there are hints that the supreme quality that the Cuban-born Azerbaijani has is maybe on the wane. Could only manage 7th at the European Championships in Kharkiv 2 years ago. And in the Azerbaijani National Championships earlier this year, he could only manage the 3rd position, but on the international stage, a man of Sotomayor's quality always represents a serious challenge. And McCormack straight into the action from centre ring, taking up. Sotomayor with the extra range. Taller fighter, you can just see how wide he likes to plant those legs. McCormack matching him in that regard and trying to move quickly to get up close and fight on the inside against the rangy Azerbaijani. Four years ago in Baku, Sotomayor took on Vincenzo Mangiapane in the final at light welterweight. Stepped up to welterweight just a couple of years after that, just after Rio. But hunting a 2nd European Games title is the fighter in the blue corner. McCormack, disciplined beginning from the Briton. One of 2 McCormacks in the draw for Britain. His brother Luke, also here in Minsk, coming on a little bit later in the semi-finals. Now Sotomayor shows just how long and powerful that range is, and McCormack is spurred into a counter. Lovely moment of Sotomayor saying, yep, okay, I clocked that one. Sotomayor looking very at home. Maybe the number 4 seed, but he's showing the signs of someone who believes that McCormack coming into this competition is challenging him directly. And he's going to put him through everything he can. Minute left in the first. You can hear the calm voice from McCormack's corner. The constant dialogue coming from him. Just advice feeding in. Sotomayor creeping in closer. McCormack coiled. Ready to unleash when he can. Rattles off a couple of punches. edging ever closer, these two, to coming in on the inside. And now Sotomayor at the end of the first gets to grips with the #1 seed. Pat McCormack nods to his corner. That was a proper first round. McCormack keeping his discipline.
Well done, great round. Nicely done. Now relax. Good boy. Doing brilliant. How do you feel? Good lad. Relax. Yeah, until he comes over his front foot. Right, do you want another one? Right, enough water.
So the instructions for McCormack to wait a little longer until Sotomayor comes over the front foot. It was a square off in the first round. That was the ending of it, Sotomayor coming in. As we enter these final stages here in the competition in Minsk, semi-finals and finals coming up. It's the tactical side of the sport that really comes into play. And over 3 rounds, there's very little room to make an error in that regard. Allow your opponent a chance to take the initiative, to even be in the ascendancy for just 30 seconds of a round. And that can be enough to ensure that after 3 rounds, it is your opponent who is up and it is yourself that is going out. So McCormack's focus requisite in the second round. Sotomayor looking to rock and roll a little more. The Rio silver medalist out of the blue corner, coming in much closer now, and McCormack says, okay, if you're that close to me, let's engage. McCormack keeping close, making sure that when he breaks away, doesn't allow Sotomayor to catch him. Just hitting a few air shots there. Good evasion from the Briton. You have to move back so quickly against someone like Sotomayor. The range is enormous, and now both fighters landing blows. Sotomayor under the guard of McCormack, and McCormack just comes straight back at him, and now the dance-off between the two begins. Clocked with the uppercut by McCormack. Sotomayor just centimetres away from connecting there. McCormack recoils and then comes in quick. Look how high McCormack keeps his right arm. Just ready to land the shot when he gets an opportunity, once the jab has done its work. 1 minute left in the second. Clocked in the face though with the jab from Sotomayor, and then the fighters come in. McCormack coming in to smother Sotomayor's punching, which was in danger of being fired off. Still the wide leg stance from Sotomayor. Moving McCormack round well now. So many deft movements which Sotomayor uses to unsettle his opponents, whether it's the facial expression, the turning of the gloves, and then the shot to the chest there, and McCormack reeling away. Very wary now of Sotomayor as the second round bell sounds. So another engaging, compelling round between these two. You cannot take your eyes off it. Well, McCormack will know every part of Sotomayor's boxing ability. And he didn't allow him too much room. He knew whenever a Cuban-born Azerbaijani fighter gets his tail up, he can be so dangerous. But McCormack from the Berkeley ABC Boxing Club, still looking good, still very much in with a more than half decent chance of making it through to the gold medal match. McCormack still allowed to carry on, the referee not breaking the two up. And there's fists flying in now. McCormack dropping the guards to bring Sotomayor onto him. Sotomayor now going to work, and whether it's from close range or from long range, he knows how to put the punches on the body. Using the jab, and now McCormack wants to come in close. Caught on the outside a little bit as Sotomayor comes in. Back into it, McCormack upping the ante now, the British boxer. Sotomayor laying down the challenge, and McCormack floors Sotomayor with a big left. He's given the count. He's going to be straight back into it afterwards, but what a moment for Pat McCormack. He sucked Sotomayor onto him as he'd been trying to do all fight, and then landed it with a left. Coming forward again, looking to seize this one is McCormack, the #1 seed. Sometimes it is just a 30-second period that can win it for you, but Sotomayor coming back. This bout breaking into life in the third. Sotomayor again on the ropes. Now, it's all over. McCormack takes the victory. And that smile lights up the Aruche Sports Palace. Lovely moment between McCormack and Sotomayor. Nothing he could do. The referee called the fight off. So important that the boxer's welfare is taken care of in these competitions. So that at a premium, but this was the first. It was a little bit of the inside of the glove, but he floored him. Then he came again, and that for the second time. The Baku 2015 champion at light welterweight is downed by Pat McCormack, who goes through to the final and will fight for gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by RC, the boxer from the red corner, and
McCormack does the job in some style in the end. Disciplined performance in the first 2 rounds, and then 2 big shots to down Lorenzo Sotomayor. Pat McCormack in very good shape here in Minsk.